Okay, we're getting started here. I'm gonna start admitting people.
Okay.
Okay, welcome everyone. We're getting started here. It's 12 o'clock on the dot. My name is Tracy Thomas. I'm the communications manager here at the Black Chamber of Commerce of Palm Beach County. And we are excited today. We have a guest speaker, Brittany Milligan, who we will allow Frank to introduce. But prior to us introducing Frank, just a little bit of housekeeping. We want to make sure that we capture any and all questions that you have throughout the presentation. We will have a Q&A at the end, which we ask that you hold those questions for the Q&A, but feel free to drop any questions in the chat throughout the presentation. And at this time, I am going to turn it over to our sponsor for this event, Frank Hayden with the City of West Palm Beach. Frank?
And thank you, Tracy. And I'm glad you added the City of West Palm Beach. I don't want people thinking I got those kind of weight that I can sponsor people and so forth. But it is truly a pleasure to sponsor this young lady. Brittany is a brand strategist and designer. She is the founder of BM Design. And I have all this stuff written out here about her, but I want to talk a little bit more from a personal side. I was introduced to her. She went through a program that we have here at the city called the 1909 Project, which is a program that helps business owners who are, lack of a better word, wanting to get direction and help in terms of formulating their business and helping them get started. And so Brittany went through that program with us, and I got introduced to her. And I was so impressed with this young lady and the skills that she presented and developed that we did a contract with her. And that contract is that any of our vendors or any others who are interested in her services, that we're willing to pay for the first hour of consultation that she provides for them. And if they're interested in continuing that relationship, then they can negotiate that with Brittany. I've never done that for any other vendor. And so that's just an indication of how impressed I was with this young lady and the services that she can provide to people to help them get to where they want to be. And then on top of that, personal, she just gave birth to a beautiful little daughter, which touched my heart as well. And so this is our commitment to helping African-American firms to get their foot in the door and to be successful. So I think after you have listened to this young lady, you'll be beating down her door to get her help to develop you in the kind of business that you need to be. So without further ado, and without embarrassing her anymore, let me introduce to you Brittany Milligan, who will share with you about what she can do for your company. Brittany?
Thank you so much, Frank, and the City of West Palm Beach, and also the Black Chamber of Commerce of Palm Beach County for hosting this event and asking me to be able to be a part of it. I really do appreciate it. And also, too, I value everybody's time, especially being a mom. So I'm going to go ahead and get our presentation started. I'm going to go ahead and share. Today, we are going to be talking about impactful brand strategy and design. And one of the things that we're going to go over, which they already introduced me, so I really appreciate all of that. But we're going to go over what brand strategy is, its value, how brand strategy impacts your goals, brand, and customers, and how strategy makes your brand identity design, like your logos, your colors, all of those things, and your branding powerful. And we want to understand how it's a journey to be able to reach your goals. It's not something that's an overnight success, but it takes action and time to be able to reach your goals and your clients, but also do it confidently. A lot of times for small businesses, they feel like they're too small to be able to accomplish their goals or to be able to do the things that are needed to be able to reach their goals and their clients. However, they may lack confidence in their brand, maybe because they don't know what to do or because the way their brand looks. However, when you have a strategy in place, you can confidently do what you need to do to be able to help your business thrive. So, what is brand strategy and its value? Well, brand strategy is having clarity of what your business is, who it's uniquely for, and a custom action plan of how to communicate your brand and reach your desired clients. Every business has uniqueness to it. A strategy helps you to figure out what that unique position is that you hold in your industry space. Also, to understand the uniqueness of your customers that you should be attracting. A lot of times when you have a business and you know that your business can provide a lot of value to someone, but who is in particular that it actually will benefit. You can't have everybody cannot use your services, but there is a particular set of people that you want to make sure understands that your business, your brand is directly for them. But how can you get to them? How do you know that it's them in particular? Well, strategy can help you to do that. Strategy or brand strategy can also help you to plot how to connect your brand to your customers. There's a gap there, but how can you bridge that gap? Well, brand strategy will help you to plot how to close those gaps and make sure that your brand and customers are constantly communicating with each other. Also, with brand strategy, you'll know what's needed to attract, serve, and delight your customers. Let's face it, when you're in business, you're not the only one that provides your services, but how you provide it, the uniqueness of it, is what you want to make sure is communicated to your customers. Also, having strategy helps you to do all of these things here, which is take the guesswork out of making decisions and maintain the consistency of your brand. When you're in business, when you're starting out, it's normal to try to figure out, get your footing setting, get your foot settled as far as, okay, this is what I'm going to do. You maybe try different things out. However, there comes a time where you really want all of your efforts, your money, your time, your resources, who you're working with, you want that not to be going all over the place. Because what that does is it takes a lot of your time, it takes up your money. Your customers don't know if they can really trust you because you're trying so many different things in a short span of time. And you have a harder time solving business problems that you may be having or may not even recognize the business problems that you have. So not having a strategy can cause you to really go all over the place, and it may be taking you a lot longer to get where you want to be and know you can be as well. And also too, if you don't have a strategy, well, it can make your business unremarkable as far as can they really understand who you are? Also, too, again, your clients may not trust you because you're going in so many different directions. They don't know if you're a safe bet for them to invest their money and resources and time in. Also, too, if you are going all over the place because you're not sure what to do, um, your products or services may not relate or align with your goals. So that's something as well you want to make sure is that your offer is maintained as far as being aligned with your business and your goals. Because a lot of times we know that we can do a lot of different things. However, are those services and products aligned with your actual brand that that your ideal audience can actually get behind? So when you have a brand strategy, what it does allow you to do is to have all your resources going in one direction. Basically, you're going in a directed path of knowing how you're going to accomplish your goals, how you're going to maintain your brand consistency, how you're going to actually take the steps that are needed, that are guided to be able to keep doing what you do best. A lot of times when you are in business, you know what you're very good at, but you may lack skills in other areas. Maybe it's branding, maybe it's website design, it's graphic design, those type of things that help you to market your business. You may not have the skills in that, or maybe it's even financially. You may need to have a CPA person. I know for me, I am not great with the numbers and trying to figure all that out with taxes and etc. So the best advice I got was to hire out what I am not great at. So I had to make sure I have a CPA person that can help me. So if you need to have a bank, or you need to have a lawyer, or you need to have equipment or people to handle the equipment so you can continue to doing the things that you're best at, well, that helps you to progress forward and not going all over the place. So you can focus on what you do best. And that's what brand strategy helps you to do, is to realize what things that also that you need to do or need to have in place so that you can keep doing what you do best and not have to worry about all these other things to get your business noticed and to also make sure that you maintain a brand consistency. Also, your brand will have purpose, right? You are promoting yourself, but you want to make sure that it's landing with your ideal customers, that is attracting the right ones and not the wrong ones, that they understand the value. Excuse me, that they understand the value, they understand what your brand is all about, and that it's working with you and not against you. So your brand will have a lot more purpose when you have a strategy in place, because you'll know how to make sure you communicate with others that you may be working with, or if you're doing it on your own, what looks good and what's going to attract your ideal customers and clients. So your brand will have more purpose behind it, and it will actually stick better in the minds of those that you are trying to attract to your business. Also, when you have a brand strategy, you're not solely relying on the logo and design. There is science, there is studies that show why a logo should look a certain way for a particular business or brand, why you should use certain colors, why you should use certain words and communications. That way, it's not just your logos being noticed. And that's not just a pretty face, which I'll get to later on, because your brand is more than just the look of it. It starts to get you some interest, some looks, but it's superficial if that's all that you are using to be able to attract your actual ideal customers, because not only do you have to track them, but you also have to keep them and hopefully have them to be an advocate of your brand to attract more ideal customers, which I'll get into also. So How brand strategy impacts your goals, your brands, and your customers. Well, brand strategy helps you to develop questions that need to be asked. It helps you to develop a position. It helps you to figure out what compelling messaging that you need to have when you're using your marketing, so that way it's actually sticking to the minds of your ideal customers, or seeking out your ideal customers. Brand strategy helps you to have a solid position of how you are different from all the others in the same industry as you. And it identifies what makes your business, again, attractive to your ideal customers. Here are some questions that I ask when I'm doing a brand strategy session. But when we're going through these questions and we're diving deep into the brand of how the client sees, how my client sees it, what I'm doing is I'm really diving deep into getting a more than a superficial answer. Because when you're dealing with customers today, they're buying into an idea. They're buying into a tribe. They're buying it with emotion these days. So when you go into a grocery store and you are looking for some cookies, in that aisle, there are tons and tons of different cookies out there in that aisle. However, what's going to make them pick your cookie out of all the other cookies? Well, is it the advertisements that they've seen over and over again? Is it the messaging? Is it the ingredients? Is it that you have a purpose, that you actually donate proceeds to a cause that they care about? What's going to make your cookie better than everybody else's, even though they may have the same ingredients, the same flavor? Well, when you're asking deep questions, you will want to provide more than superficial answer, and brand strategy helps you to do that. Brand strategy will help you to figure out how can you communicate with your customers how that you are different from everybody else and they should go with you than anybody else. Also, too, how can you actually tell your brand story, your why you started, basis rather than saying, well, I started my brand because I really want to help people. Well, you can expand on that, saying this is the story and that I went through, and I saw how excruciating, let's say if you have a makeup brand, that I've worked with somebody before, and the reason why they wanted to promote their business was not because they love makeup, but because they see how it transforms the inner beauty of a person, and they wanted to bring the inner beauty out. That's very different than saying, I just want to make people look good. So really, you want to have a brand strategy that helps you to really identify the different messaging, how to connect with your clients, how to make yourself different so that you can actually stand out. And this quote I love here because it's so true. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. And that's why you see so much in advertisement today. And when people are marketing themselves, they're not focusing so much on the actual offer, but what it does for their ideal customers that they're trying to reach. So that's something I want to think about, and hopefully that you take away from this presentation. Even more so is that when you're promoting yourself, you're thinking about how can you show why your offer is worth somebody paying attention to and investing in. Next thing, we're going to go into how strategy makes your brand, your identity design, and branding powerful. Well, once you have a strategy in place, now you're able to create the things that are seen by the client or your ideal clients. Because without a strategy, a beautiful brand design is just that. It's just pretty to look at, but beauty and no brains doesn't get you really anywhere, right? You can't build a relationship off of looks. You actually have to have some substance behind it. And as you can see here, a lot of people, they just see the deliverables that you create, But what they don't see is the strategy behind it. Rather, that's your marketing efforts, how you actually going to reach them, how you're actually going to, maybe let's say that you realize that you need to be on YouTube, or you need to work LinkedIn more, or you need to figure out how to have an email marketing campaign. Well, when you have brand strategy, now you're able to create what is the path to be able to be able to bridge the gap between your brand and the customers. And then you know what deliverables to be able to create for them to actually see and connect with your brand. So I like to show this, this illustration, because brand design without strategy, well, we're one out of thousands within our industry, right? So when people are seeking a particular service that we may provide along with others, well, this is what they're seeing. They're seeing a lot. They're seeing a lot of different businesses that can offer the needs that they need, provide the needs that they have. However, with brand strategy, you're able to stick out among the masses, right? And that's what you want. But with strategy, it helps you to do that. It helps you to actually stand out. And once you have your brand strategy, it makes your identity design actually go beyond the logo, right? Which, you'll have your logos, you'll have your typography, your pattern, your colors, maybe your photography, icons, things of that nature. And this is for a brand whole story studio that is West Palm Beach based that I work with. And once we went through the brand strategy session with her, we was able to create a powerful brand identity and also its elements as well that would connect with her particular niche market. And what she does is she's an audiobook editor. That's all she does. That's all she does is audiobook editor. So we really had to make sure that we understood her industry, what made her unique, how could she stand out. And because of that, now that impacted what color should we be using, what type of fonts we should be using, how should it look, how should it feel, along with her messaging and other things as well. Because when you have a brand identity, you wanted to match what the brand looks like or feels like. Also, you wanted to speak to them. And when you have your brand strategy and then you create brand identity, you want to make sure that you also have everything that's needed to be able to create a consistent brand experience. So rather they see it in print, rather they see it online, you're able to, or in person, they're able to see it, consistent brand experience, not only from the logo, but also how you may be saying things to the customers, to the messaging as well. So again, this helped her to stand out along other audiobook editors in her industry. So when you have that, then you know that you can be able to use maybe your website, your packaging, cards, social media graphics, anything else to be able to bridge that gap between your brand and your ideal customers. Because now that you have the strategy, you know how the design should actually look and feel. You have those developed. And now you have the deliverables, which would be these to be able to connect with your ideal customers, but more so creating your impactful branding, because now you have all the tools and the assets that have more meaning behind it. And that's what makes it more powerful, because those colors evoke a certain emotion. Those fonts evoke a certain vibe. So that's what makes branding more powerful, or with the strategy behind it, because there's some thought behind how it should look and feel and how it will stick to her desired customers. So this here is some of the assets that were created for this particular brand, and to give her look and feel so she can get an idea of how to use her brand identity elements. And so we created a website for her, and we created some additional things as well. But beyond that, beyond me, she was able to do other things as well. And this is her Instagram, and she's using her colors, she's using her icons. She made these stickers. with another designer, which is sometimes when you as a business, you are going to create more promotional pieces. You're going to do other things as well. But are you going to be able to know how to use your brand elements to be able to create different marketing pieces, and how to actually speak to your audience? Well, she was able to do that because she understood her brand, she understood her customers, and she understood how to use her brand elements as well. And this is Julie, the owner of Whole Story Studio. And this is her experience that she had. Since she's been able to actually skyrocket her business since last year of working with me, because we created a roadmap for her company to be able to obtain her ideal clients. And also too, now she's so busy that she's actually needed to actually hire out now, because she's booked for her services. And also too, now she's able to have a solid foundation for the things that she wants to do. Now she wants to expand and do other things as well, courses, and also to trainings as well, on one-on-one trainings for doing what she does. So having a brand strategy helps you to thrive as a business, helps you to be able to take your brand where you want it to be. Also too, helps you to actually continue to grow. And for Julie, it was amazing to be able to see how she was able to go from, I'm not sure if I can do this, to now she's booming as a small business here in West Palm Beach. And she actually is thinking about other things that she can do to actually bring more business to West Palm Beach, which is pretty cool when I had a recent conversation with her. And so when you have a strategy in place, it really does help you to be able to make confident decisions. It helps you to save time, it helps you save money, but more importantly, it helps you to obtain your goals that you know that you can reach, but with more help, more guidance, and with more ease. So thank you. I went over just a few minutes, but I wanted to make sure I go over those things, and I really appreciate your time and listening to me, and going through this presentation with me. And hopefully you're able to see how having a strategy in place for your brand can help you to be where you want to be.
Awesome. Awesome presentation. Awesome presentation, Brittany. At this time, any questions? Feel free to unmute yourself if you have any questions for Brittany, or you can drop them in the chat.
I have a question for her.
Yes.
Hi, Brittany. Good to see you again. And wow, what a powerful presentation. I've watched this young lady grow. Just for the record, Brittany actually designed the logo for the West Palm Beach Center of Art and Technology. We appreciate her for that. And I thought your presentation was excellent. So it wasn't really a question, just a comment.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, anybody else?
Do you have to be a chamber member to take advantage of the 1 hour introductory session, or how else would we go about getting that meeting?
Well, seeing how it's my money, I'd love for you to be a chamber member. But if you'll reach out to Brittany or to us here at the city, we'll arrange for that 1 hour session to take it to happen. And then we can go from there in terms of twisting your arm to become a member of the chamber. How about that?
I'd love to take more interest in that. Just so I was thrilled to get this notice about this meeting and learn about your organization. So I appreciate your service and being able to be here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you. Any more questions?
And put my information in the chat as well if you want to connect through email, through my website, or even Instagram as well. And also too, I can be found on LinkedIn.
Okay. Very good. Any more questions? You can unmute yourself. Okay. So being none, we're just going to move on to recognize our newest members of the chamber. And with that, we have Anikas Jules, E&M Consulting Services, Diversity Connects Us, Family First Pest Control, Functions Unlimited LLC, KVL Media, who's also on the line, One Caring Adult, and the Lockhart District. If you are on this call, I see Kevin is on. You can unmute yourself, Kevin, introduce yourself, let everybody know who you are.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Kevin Lawson with KVL Media. I just want to kind of give you guys I know a lot of you on the call already. We do have the young professionals of the chamber launching tonight. So if you have availability, definitely come by. It's going to be at Citrus Grill from 6 to 8. So I'm really excited about that and to be involved with the chamber as well. So I'm the membership chair on the young professionals. So definitely come out and support and share the message with anybody for the young professionals.
Awesome. Thanks, Kev. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Tracy. My name is Michelle Carroll, and I'm actually the owner of Functions Unlimited LLC. So I'm so pleased to be a member of the chamber. I actually just relocated here from Indiana on November 15th last year. So I don't know, I think I know a handful of people here in West Palm Beach. So, just getting my feet wet. I really need to restart my business. I'm a full service event management company. This year, my focus is really going to be on fundraising and reaching out to nonprofits and organizations that really have been taking a hit during the pandemic. I do team building, corporate events, do entertainment type events as well, but really want to kind of take it back home and focus on fundraising and helping get businesses back profitable and nonprofits where they want to be. So looking forward to being part of the chamber and looking forward to meeting everyone in person.
Awesome. Thank you, Michelle. Welcome aboard. Is there anybody else that's a new member that's on this call that I missed? Okay, so as Kevin mentioned, we have the Young Professionals launch tonight at 6 o'clock. And we also look forward to our first ever MLK 5K walk run in the city of Riviera Beach on May the 7th. This is a fundraiser event for E2C. And if you don't mind, Bruce, I'm going to put you on the spot real quick. Introduce and let them know in regards to E2C.
Thank you, Tracy, for putting me on the spot. I'm Bruce Lewis. I'm a member of the board. I've been a member of the board for longer than I want to remember, but a great organization. And as a result of the pandemic and ongoing injustices, we formed the Equity Entrepreneur Center, which is a nonprofit organization that primarily focuses on Black and Brown companies, getting them in position to get access to capital, a full comprehensive curriculum that will be launched in September of this year. And we're excited. We'll have a great announcement to make in the coming weeks about where our new location will be. And so stay tuned. Those who need the help can certainly contact me or are interested in helping in one way, shape, or form. I'm open to any suggestions and welcome the help. Thank you, Tracy.
Awesome. Thank you, Bruce. And we have one of our board members on, Joseph Sanchez, who's actually our chair for the MLK. I'm gonna let him speak on that.
Yeah, I was just chatting with Kevin to try to get him on board to be our photographer, man.
No doubt.
I'm excited about the MLK 5K. We got about 100 people signed up. This heard from Grove Park Elementary School last night. They're starting to push their students to get them out there. But we got 250 of those beautiful medals to put around people's necks. So I want to get you guys out there, join, and get out there, run, walk, jog, whatever you can do to participate with us on May 7th. Get active, get physical, make your body strong, and strong body, strong mind. So we want to help you get in shape for 2022, and so just come on out. Just go. I think can we drop the registration link in the chat box there so folks can go right to it before they leave the meeting today and sign up?
Yes, yes, we can do that. Thank you, Joe. Thank you.
Right.
Appreciate that. You guys, so we mentioned the upcoming events. Closing remarks. I have a president on, Grassford Smith.
Yes, hello, everybody. Good afternoon. My name is Grassford Smith. I'm honored to be the chair of the chamber. I'm sitting here outside the courthouse, by the way. I'm a partner at Ackerman, so I occasionally got to go to court every once in a while to represent my clients. But Brittany, I must tell you that I learned a lot, an awful lot from listening to you. And I understand why Frank feels the way he feels about you and your services. And so we definitely want to make sure we promote that to our members. Very, very happy that we continue this Wednesday platform to present people like Brittany to our members. And by the way, I'm honored to tell you all that Legacy Magazine has named us the Community Organization of the Year, And that's because our board is so strong. And you heard from Joe, you know about our Young Lawyers launching tonight. We are really, really focused on everything we can do to help you all as business owners thrive. So always feel free to reach out to me. Our entire board is very accessible to the community. And we look forward to seeing you tonight. And we look forward to seeing you at Ascension. That's coming up next month. So we're going to look forward to trying to come out of COVID strong. All right. So thank you again, Brittany. Thank you, Frank, and the city for your continued partnership with the chamber. We couldn't be what we are without you. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good day.
Appreciate it. Thanks.